If you're still chasing women, you're already losing. The men who get chased, they do the exact opposite of what you've been told. There's a silent group of men out there. They don't chase. They don't impress. Yet women fight for their attention. Here's why. Once you understand these 10 Stoic secrets, you'll never need to pursue a woman again. She'll chase you, and you'll finally know why. The awakening. If you're a man who's tired of feeling like you always care more, text first, wait longer, and end up with less. This isn't just another dating video. This is the truth you were never told. You've been taught to chase her, impress her, prioritize her. But here's the Stoic truth. The man who chases her loses her. The man who chases purpose, she chases him. You don't need more lines, tricks, or dating hacks. You need a complete internal shift, a shift from external seeking to internal mastery. These are 10 Stoic secrets that flip the entire script on attraction. And once you embody them, she won't just notice you. She won't just respect you. She will pursue you relentlessly. Secret 1. Master your emotions. The first secret is the one most men fail at before the game even begins. Master your emotions. Because no matter how rich, good-looking, or funny you are, if she can rattle you emotionally, you're done. You become predictable. You become easy. You become replaceable. Women aren't testing your temper, they're testing your center. That calm, grounded part of you that isn't shaken when she pulls away, delays her response, or throws a little drama your way. Most men spiral, they get anxious, emotional, reactive. They text again. They overthink. They panic. A Stoic man does the opposite. He pauses. He breathes. He observes. And in that pause, he becomes powerful because he isn't reacting to her. He's responding from within. She sees this. She feels it. She may even try harder to get a reaction. But your stillness, your ability to remain unshaken, is what makes you different. Women crave safety, but not the kind of safety that comes from pleasing. The kind that comes from presence, from a man who owns himself. When she realizes that she cannot move you emotionally, but that you still see her, respect her, and choose her with intention, you become magnetic. That's when the chase begins. Secret 2. Stay true to your values. Most men think that sacrificing for a woman will make her love them more, so they cancel workouts, skip business meetings, give up goals, stay quiet when something bothers them. And at first, it might look like it's working. She smiles more, she gets her way, she feels comfortable. But over time, she starts to lose respect. Not because you're not nice enough, but because you lost yourself to keep her. And here's the Stoic truth. A man who doesn't honor his code becomes invisible. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." That means living by your values, even when it's inconvenient. A man with values has a spine. A man without them, a shadow. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're someone who values fitness and discipline. You've committed to waking up at 6 a.m. to train. She wants you to stay up late watching Netflix. One night, you do. Then another. Then a week goes by. And suddenly, you haven't trained in 5 days. She didn't tell you to quit. You offered it. Now you think, I'm making her happy. But what she actually sees is a man who folds. She may not say it out loud, but subconsciously, she's clocking every compromise. Here's what she wants, even if she never says it. A man who stands on a rock, not one who floats with the tide of her moods. You want her to chase you? Then you have to be a man she can't sway. Not because you're cold, but because your mission leads, not your emotions. Ask yourself this. What 3 values define you? Now ask, have you ever betrayed them just to make her happy? If yes, forgive yourself. Then stop. Today, the moment you realign with your code, something shifts. She feels it. Your posture changes. Your tone deepens. Your presence becomes real because you're no longer trying to fit into her world. You're inviting her into yours. And that shift, that's what she chases. Secret 3. Stop chasing validation. This one is subtle, but it runs deep. Most men don't chase women. They chase the feeling of being enough. So they become performers. They become the funny guy, the nice guy, the yes man. They say what she wants to hear. They hide their edges. They overgive. All for one thing, her approval. But here's what Stoicism teaches us. If your peace depends on someone else's validation, you're not free. You're owned. Let that sink in. A man who seeks validation becomes a puppet, a reflection, a mirror of what others want. But a Stoic? A Stoic builds validation from within. He doesn't act to be liked. He acts because it aligns with who he is. Imagine this. You're on a date. She talks about how she loves guys who party every weekend. You're not that guy. You love calm mornings, books, the gym. Do you pretend to agree? Do you laugh and say, "Yeah, me too," just to keep the mood light? Most men would. A Stoic man wouldn't. He'd say, "That's cool. I'm more of a quiet morning type. I like having energy for the gym before the sun comes up." And he says it with no apology, no defensiveness, just grounded truth. Now guess what happens? She pauses. She takes notice. And deep inside, something wakes up in her. Not because you fit her mold, but because you don't need her validation to be yourself. Here's the paradox. The less you seek to be liked, the more attractive you become, because most men orbit around her approval. But you're rooted, you're sovereign, and that rare energy, she will chase it. Secret 4. Make peace with solitude. This is where most men break. The silence between texts, the weekends without plans, the nights when no one is watching, and the temptation to reach out to anyone feels unbearable. But here's the Stoic truth. If you can't be alone, you'll never be powerful. Because a man who fears solitude will always chase connection, no matter how unhealthy it is. He'll tolerate disrespect. He'll cling to toxic love. He'll stay in situations that shrink him, just to avoid being alone. But the Stoic, he welcomes solitude like a sacred mirror. He doesn't see it as emptiness. He sees it as space. Space to train, think, heal, grow. Think about Marcus Aurelius. He was the most powerful man in the world, yet he journaled in silence, faced the darkness of war alone, and built his wisdom not from applause, but from solitude. Now bring that to your life. Can you go one full weekend without validation, without dating apps, without social scrolling? Can you sit in silence and listen to who you are becoming? Most men run from that moment. The few who face it, they evolve. Because here's what women sense. When a man is comfortable with himself, she feels a mysterious pull. It's the opposite of neediness. It's presence. It's peace. It's depth. She thinks, what is he thinking about? And that unspoken power draws her in. So instead of fearing solitude, train in it. Read. Breathe. Build your body. Master your craft. Become so at peace in your own presence that her presence is a gift, not a necessity. That shift in energy is subtle, but it's magnetic, because when you no longer need her to fill your emptiness, you give her something rare, a man who is full on his own, and that she will chase with everything she has. Secret 5. Become mission-driven. Here's the harsh truth. If she becomes your mission, you'll lose both. A man without direction becomes obsessed with distraction, and nothing distracts more than a beautiful woman. But the Stoic doesn't live to orbit her world. He builds one of his own. He wakes with purpose. He builds something greater than himself. He sacrifices comfort for calling. And here's what's fascinating. The more focused you are on your mission, the more intrigued she becomes. Why? Because now you are no longer chasing her. You're chasing excellence. And excellence is rare. It's magnetic. It's hot. You don't have to ignore her. You just don't prioritize her over the fire you've been chosen to carry. Think of David Goggins, Jocko Willink, Marcus Aurelius. None of these men got where they are by checking their phone every 10 minutes to see if she replied. They were too busy becoming. And when you become deeply focused, something shifts. Your texts become shorter. Your time becomes scarce. Your attention becomes earned. And what's earned is respected. She sees it. She feels it. She adjusts. Instead of wondering how to get your time, she begins to earn it. Instead of asking where this is going, she starts chasing the man who knows exactly where he's going. So here's the check-in. If I looked at your schedule this week, would I see a mission? Or would I see a man circling around someone else's life? A Stoic carves his mission in stone. And when a man walks in alignment with his purpose, he doesn't need to chase anyone, because now they chase him. Secret 6. Let go of control. This one might sting a little. The more you try to control a woman, the more she slips away. Stoic wisdom doesn't tell you to dominate others. It teaches you to dominate yourself. And that includes your need to control how she feels about you, how fast she replies, whether she's as invested as you are. Here's the truth. You don't control outcomes. You control effort, energy, presence. Everything else, let it go. Because when you try to manage her thoughts, her choices, or her emotions, you become anxious. You start second-guessing. You overanalyze every text. You create tension that pushes her away. But when you let go of control, something flips. You become light. You become free. You become a man who has surrendered to what he can't control and mastered what he can. Imagine this. She pulls back. Most men chase harder, panic, or confront. You hold space. You let her come and go, knowing your value remains unchanged. You don't chase closure. You don't beg for answers. You don't demand connection. Because you know, if she's meant to stay, she will. If she leaves, she creates space for someone who's aligned. And this isn't passive. This is powerful detachment. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." So let go of the outcome, of the fear, of the story in your head, and watch how your energy shifts from grasping to grounded, from needy to noble. Women feel that shift. It creates space, and in that space, they chase. Secret 7. Speak less, move more. Words are cheap, especially when overused. Most men try to win women over with verbal gymnastics, sweet talk, constant texting, endless explanations. But the truth is, the more you talk, the more you reveal insecurity. Stoic men know power is quiet, strength is silent. When you speak less, your presence speaks louder. There's a reason Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful emperors in history, was known for calm, deliberate speech. He didn't need to talk about who he was. His actions made it clear. In today's world, we're conditioned to overshare. We post, we text, we react instantly. But that's not power. That's exposure. Imagine this. You're with a woman. She teases you, pokes at your buttons, waits for you to respond. Most guys joke back nervously. Explain, defend. You hold eye contact, you smirk, you pause. Then maybe you say one sentence or none at all. That moment of silence, it creates tension. Not the uncomfortable kind, the attractive kind. It shows her that you are not desperate to fill the void, that you are not seeking her approval through words, that you are grounded enough to let silence do the heavy lifting. In fact, the less you explain yourself, the more powerful your message becomes. You don't need to say you're confident. You show it in how little you need to prove. So the next time you feel the urge to explain, defend, or impress, don't. Let your presence carry the weight. Let your eyes speak. Let your silence pull her in. Because a man who controls his tongue controls the entire room. And that's a man she'll chase. Secret 8. Live with standards, not expectations. Here's a truth most men never realize. Expectations make you bitter. Standards make you powerful. When you expect a woman to behave a certain way, to reply fast, to appreciate your efforts, to love you the way you love her, you give your emotional power away, because expectations are rooted in attachment to outcome. But Stoics don't attach. They choose. Instead of expecting, they set internal standards and live by them. Here's the difference. An expectation says, she should respect me. A standard says, if she doesn't respect me, I walk. See the power. The first makes you a prisoner to her behavior. The second makes you a man of boundaries. And women, they test both. They'll show up late. They'll cancel plans. They'll push your limits, consciously or not. And when you correct them with anger, begging, or passive aggression, you've already lost. But when you calmly enforce your standard with silence, distance, or detachment, you become unforgettable. You're not asking her to be better. You're showing her that to stay in your life, she'll have to rise. This is what separates boys from men. The boy expects women to make him happy. The man lives by values that protect his peace. As Epictetus said, happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not. Set standards for how you allow yourself to be treated. Release expectations for how she should act. That shift creates calm. And calm men, they lead. And the ones who lead, they're the ones women chase. Secret 9. Protect your energy fiercely. Most men spend their energy like it's unlimited. They give it away to every woman who gives them attention, every text they hope gets a reply, every situation that offers even a little validation. But here's the Stoic truth. Your energy is sacred. Protect it like a king protects his crown. You wouldn't give the keys to your house to a stranger, so why give the keys to your emotional state to someone who hasn't earned your trust? Energy leaks through drama, through gossip, through women who drain more than they give. And if you're always exhausted, anxious, or off-center around someone, you're not in love. You're in survival mode. A Stoic man knows the difference. He doesn't chase high-maintenance attention. He doesn't stay where his peace is taxed. He pays attention to his inner state. And when it feels off, he doesn't blame others. He removes himself. Real men don't argue for their worth. They withdraw their energy and watch who notices. This isn't cold. This is clarity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the tranquility that comes when you stop caring what they say, or think, or do, only what you do. So take inventory. Who drains you? Who sharpens you? Your circle either fuels your fire or dims your flame. If she brings chaos, your absence should speak louder than your words, because the man who guards his energy guards his future, and that's a man no woman can ignore. In fact, she'll chase him just to stay in the presence of his peace. Secret 10. Choose her, don't need her. This is the final shift, and maybe the most important. Need is the language of boys. Choice is the language of men. When you need her to love you, to stay, to validate you, you hand over your power. You become dependent, reactive, fearful. But when you choose her, not from lack, not from fear, but from fullness. You show her what real masculine energy feels like. Stoic men are complete before the relationship. She doesn't fill the void. She joins the mission. And if she leaves, he doesn't crumble. He mourns like a king, then keeps walking, because a man who needs nothing can love without attachment. And that's the highest form of love. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Receive without pride, let go without attachment." So instead of saying, "I can't live without her," live in such a way that your life is so full, so purpose-driven, that her presence becomes a choice, not a lifeline. You don't chase her, you invite her. You don't demand her attention, you command it by being the man you were meant to become. And if she chooses you back, it's powerful. Not because you need her, but because you both stand complete and walk together by choice. That kind of relationship is rare, and women know it. Because at the end of the day, a woman won't chase a man who's desperate for her, but she will chase a man who chooses her from strength, not scarcity. So be that man, and let the world chase you. A final word to the men watching. If you made it this far, you're not just looking for tips. You're ready for transformation. These Stoic secrets aren't tactics. They're truths. They won't just make women chase you. They'll make you chase your highest self. And once you do that, you stop settling. You stop chasing. You start choosing consciously, powerfully. So now I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 Stoic shifts hit hardest? Drop it in the comments below. Your voice might just help another man rise. If this message stirred something in you, give it a like. Share it with a brother who needs to hear it. And hit that subscribe button, because we're not done. We're just getting started. Thanks for watching. And remember, be still, be grounded, be unchaseable.